I use ClickUp. Here's how I get perfect notes from everything. I click this toggle to send my A. Good morning. Today is another day. It's 15th of October 2025, around 12 noon. I hope you're fine wherever you are and we're watching from. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on your time zone. So here we are again, edutainment for us. Yesterday I did 2 live streams and I was not able actually to do another that I had planned for. And that's why today I've decided to do one earlier so that I may be able to actually cover. Guys, things are happening, not just in NYABOHANZE, but all over the place. In fact, I was focusing to talk on Burale saga, but I don't know. I may have to put it on another video. Of course, Burale has been actually exposed on the streets as targeting, vulnerable women and all that. I don't know whether you have to blame Burale or women. It is what it is. Depending on your perspective, you can choose your salt. Okay, so let's start with Burale before we go to NYABOHANZE.
When Kenyans on social media say forex, they're not referring to any kind of trading, but totally something different.
Right.
And this time that word has landed squarely in the middle of Robert storm. For days now, Robert Burale's name has been trending. First, for the resurfaced scam allegations, not forgetting Rosina Mwakideo's recount of their toxic marriage, and now whispers that cut much deeper. Online, a section of netizens have been drawing strange parallels between his past friendships, his polished image, and his personal life. It all began when an old photo of Robert Burale and American preacher Bishop T.D. Jakes resurfaced soon after Rosina Mwakideo's interview. In the photo, Burale is seen wrapped in Jakes' arms.
Yeah, so of course, when you look at that American pastor, it's not the first time he's actually showing up on camera. We've already watched him in P. Diddy's analysis, and he came up as one of the people who is actually known for Forex, all right? Forex, of course, aka, refer to the comedy in Kenya, and you'll understand what I'm talking about, okay? So Burale has been wrapped in so much. And when you look at that former picture and the current now, that time he was very young, currently he's older. And the recent separation with Rosina and the scam, actually there's a lot to talk about. Now, what do you think about Burale? Of course, many people ignore such stories and only get to focus on some people. But as for me, I told you I do my reaction on different people. And you can take it to the bank that I'll not stop today, tomorrow, or the other day, because this is part of what I've decided to be working on. So welcome, welcome, like the video and comment, drop a comment as you watch what I am doing here. But let the comment actually be fair enough, because if I've not forced anybody to watch, right? But if you come and watch, it's out of curiosity. Maybe you want to know what I'm doing. And if all you can afford is accusations or abuse, you better save it maybe for a book that I'll be buying after it is on the shelves. But if you really are open-minded and you would actually want to see what the world does out there and other perspectives of different people, please drop a comment and give me a different perspective that is not an abuse but a different perspective, for heaven's sake. Okay, so thank you so much for those of you who are supporting me. There are people who are watching my videos all the time. If they miss live streams, they go back to my channel and watch what I did, and I really appreciate it. I don't take it for granted for whatever you're doing. It really is absolutely important for me, significant, fundamental, and I don't know what else to say, crucial, critical, and all that, essential. All right, so let's see. During graduation, that is when Burale actually took a photo with this, and they were wrapped in he was wrapped in JS arms. Of course, if you know what P. Diddy story means, I did a reaction, I think last year early. You can go to it and watch out. Let's see this.
What appears to be a graduation ceremony in the United States.
Would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing?
To some, it's A harmless moment of mentorship, but to others, especially those already connecting the dots, this was the perfect recipe for speculation. You see, Bishop T.D. Jakes himself has long faced unfounded rumors about his sexuality, and when that image of him with Robert Burale made rounds online, the Kenyan internet could not resist. You can already guess what people were thinking. Plus, despite describing himself as the king of Zamunda, Rosina Mwakideu in the podcast with her brother recently revealed that she was in a sexless marriage. Sasa,
Yeah, guys, I don't know how you can get married to somebody, you go for honeymoon, you stay a year, a whole year, you know? I'm just trying to imagine. Because you are not a priest, you are not a nun. Of course, they practice celibacy. I'm not actually mentioning that to mock or do anything, but I'm just mentioning that because they are meant for celibacy. You know, they have chosen not to have a family. So, of course, for them, sexual life is unexpected. But then you're just somebody who has decided to marry. You have been courting, of course, during courtship, some will say they abstain so that they can be pure. But then after marriage, why would you have a wedding? On a wedding night, something happens. It comes to, that is the, why do people even go for honeymoon? Why do we call it honeymoon? Do you understand why they call it honeymoon in the first place? Then now Burale went for a honeymoon with Rosina Mwakideu and nothing happened. And then also down, 1 year down the marriage, nothing happened. It's quite strange, right? Weird, bizarre, bizarre, if I may say. So Rosina Mwakideu had to open up on a podcast with her brother, revealing that she had a sexless marriage. Of course, that will send a lot of red flags to anybody, even if I was in deep into religion, because I don't think there is a time that God is waiting after marriage that we keep waiting and have a sexless marriage. Maybe we can say before, the Bible talks about that. But when a marriage has happened, then it is that time. In fact, during the taking of the vow and even the advice, or rather the moments when counselors talk to couples before marriage, the nuptial aspect, they educate them on what to do, you know, that they should not deny each other that. So I'm just surprised that Burale and Rosina stayed in a 1 year marriage without a sexual relationship. And it came out clear that Burale was actually we call it weird, do we call it weird or gay, okay? And we are not saying that we might talk about that as much, but then if you know you are into that, why would you choose somebody, have marriage with them, and then end up not actually fulfilling their desire? Because the interest of marriage is that you get married to somebody, then actually enjoy the aspect of marriage. Part of it, meager aspect, is on sexual encounter. So let's just listen to this interview and see.
celibacy bado iliendelea tu. Unaona hiyo celibacy? It went on. Unasema nini Rosina wewe? Mpaka dakika hii. Adding to that, she recounted how she once found same-sex explicit content on his device. Ni ya jinsia na jinsia moja. Kuna moja ndio na jinsia moja. Na jinsia ya kiume. Unaona? So hiyo na singeweza kunyamaza. Unaelewa? Hiyo singeweza kunyamaza. Na si kwa ubaya. Again, I'm saying this is 12, 13 years ago. Okay. Anything could have happened. Mimi sijui. Okay. Lakini hata kama nilikuwa ni mke mchanga, hilo lilinishtua. So these revelations, coupled with the resurfaced image of Robert Burale with Bishop T.D.
Yeah, so of course, on everywhere on social media, everybody understands that aspect of Rosina actually Mwakideu. She must be a strong woman. I don't think there is a woman who can stand that. And this takes me just to the story of Mapopo. Mapopo today came out to clean his name again. And I'm like, haven't you cleaned your name enough yesterday? What is this? So you are going to create a telenova after acquiring 9.1 views. So you think that it's good to keep actually updating us on this aspect. Let me just open this so that in case I want to check something, I'll be checking up here. You know, it's like Mapopo thinks that now it's time to keep talking about himself because he has seen views are coming by. Anyway, that is what we are here for. That is why we are here on the streets of YouTube. Okay. Yeah, let me just switch and check how it is faring on. Check how it is faring. All right. So, guys, I just find it crazy that Mapopo came up today again, and I thought he was revealing something different, or he was sorry for whatever he did yesterday, only to be shocatalized. That he was still there to actually blame the wife and sanitize himself while trying to satanize the wife. And I'm like, if you've decided for divorce, please let it be secret aspect. Please. Because you are saying you are sorry for what you did yesterday to come out and talk about your family matters, because you are saying you are annoyed. You are annoyed. However, the irritation doesn't seem to have gone. Though you are laughing, saying I was only 25 minutes to death, but you are still telling us about your wife. What's up? Because you are still practicing the same mistake, and here you are apologizing. I don't think that was right, actually. But if this is what they have decided to give us, that is why we are reacting again to it. And some people may not be happy with that. They'll be saying, why are you talking about something that is not so, good for him? But he is bringing it up. The wife is quiet. Actually, since that video with Masubo, we have not seen anything on the streets. All we've heard is that the wife is in Tanzania, possibly said so to Adventures. And I'm like, if your wife is a YouTuber, she must be sitting somewhere and watching what the husband is doing, even if she doesn't have a phone. You can't tell me that if I'm a YouTuber, even if I'm away from my phone and computer, I may not be able to access somebody and watch what is happening around the world. She's informed from what he said yesterday that the wife knows English, the wife knows YouTube, the wife communicates very well. It's clear that she has been hypocritical or pretentious all through, but she is exposed, informed. I don't know how many of you have read this story, A Truly Married Woman, and you would understand what I'm talking about. If you read that story, The Truly Married Woman, the woman used to pretend to be so naive, but at one point she really proved that she was exposed and she knows too much, and she is somebody else. There is a perception and reality. Okay, so this is what Mapopo came up to say today.
And God bless you. And see what is going on. I really appreciate you guys. Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so happy, guys. Now it is no crying. Now it is no.
When I looked at this, I was like, Mapopo, are you so sure that you are so fine? You are so happy? How can you be crying yesterday and today you're already happy? And the matter you are crying about is not solved. You cannot rely on a phone whereby your wife has communicated with Mike Adventures, and told you or told him that she is in Tanzania and the children are safe. Then you say, now I'm happy today. And you are saying that in Kenya exams are going on, but you will be going to fetch the children and bring them back. Even if you bring them back, the exam will be already over. From what I'm aware of, most schools are finishing the exams this week. Most of them may be closing also. So when is that? And this is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. Even if you fetch them today, they'll go to school Thursday. Do you think your children will sit for exam in 2 days? An exam others have taken 4 days or 5 to sit for. Anyway, it is what it is. But you should just acknowledge that there has been a problem, and it really reached the peak. Maybe from other point of view, people are saying that it was not the worst. But I believe if it actually comes out on social media, that was the worst. That is the worst we know. Leave alone the rest which you are saying that it has been happening. That has been secret. Now, this guy is coming out to convince us that no family hasn't drama. I grew up in my family and I never saw actually physical fights between my father and mother. Maybe you will hear about some small verbal complaints here and there and misunderstanding, but I never saw any physical fight. Actually, that is what I appreciate for. And even currently in my family, I've never had any physical fight with my husband, never. Even if there is drama, they'll be there, but there is no physical fight. And those drama will not explode to a level that we will have such. Because if we have differences, and if it's a phone, why should you remain with my phone? If you have realized that I'm cheating, let me go. And I part ways. I don't say that this woman is right, and I don't really justify what she did, but I understand. From the comments I've been reading, somebody who told Mapopo, wewe ndio ulianza usharati na bibi yako ndio akafata. You know, it's funny that men want to cheat, but when women cheat, they become crazy. And Mapopo, of course, have been indicated, even though he's trying to claim that somebody should prove. What proof? Of course, you know within your heart that you have been cheating. And I can see some women already on the social media or YouTube trying to tell Mapopo that it's not hard to find a woman. I'm like, are you the ones available for him or what? Because you're already advising him that it's not hard to find a woman. It's not hard to find a woman, but the right woman, it might be hard. Just like it's hard to find a correct man. Finding a man is not a problem, but finding the correct man is a problem. And again, if you look at what Mike Adventures was saying yesterday, currently the problem is their kids, unless this guy is ready to take care of those 4 kids, even when they are away from him. Because after all, based on Kenyan policy, children should be with their mother up to 18 years. And those kids, from what I heard, because I don't know them, I've not been watching Mapopo. From what I know, okay, those kids should be 18 years for them to come back to their father. But currently, they can be under the custody of their mother as long as she has not been proven crazy or negligent, which is something we have not yet seen, okay? Yeah, so let's check here.
Like, there's no problem. I continue with my life.
And you have a prop there, a banana, and a small phone.
I can't talk more about that. But actually, I have a call from morning. I have call in morning. Actually, from where my wife she is staying. You know, yeah, through my friend also. Yeah, so.
Yeah. You can now complete your British master degree entirely online in just 1 year.
Sasa kwani kwambia kutalimia sehemu gani? Hata hajakwambia sehemu gani yako.
Hakuniambia. Angekuwa nimekwambia hakuniambia.
Ila watoto wako poa, walikwambia watoto wako sawa.
I'm like, okay, you are still trusting friends to call your wife. Sometimes I just wonder. Do you know when you have a problem with your wife and you keep expanding the boundaries to now allow more friends in, what you are doing, you are simply making your wife become maybe a market or a product to other men. Because now, away from Chris Madiba, now you have allowed Mike Ventures to call your wife. And Mike Ventures, if I may ask, Mike Ventures yesterday was saying he doesn't allow himself to have numbers of wives of friends. He also said that he doesn't even keep messages of friends' wives. Now, is this a circus or something? I'm trying to understand, you know. Is this a circus? Because how come he's calling? How did he make it to call Madiba's, Mapopo's wife, if not by the number? Anyway, let's proceed to it until Mapopo is handing over the wife.
Tukuongelea watoto sisi kudanganya. Nilimwambia tu mbona anatesa watoto hivyo tu. So nataka nijue exactly. Unajua mwanamke anaweza kuambia kwa taarifa kubwa kwa boda hapa. Nataka tu nimpeleleze nijue yuko wapi.
Si ndio?
Kuna mtu wa boda boda aliyempeleka. Ndio nataka ni hata nitafute. Nijue alimpeleka wapi.
Yeah, huyo ndio inafaa tuanze naye huyo. Huyo ndio inafaa tuanze naye. So,
okay.
You know the reason now I don't have even appetite for eating because my children, I don't know my children where is. Okay, now I was talking to Mike Venja. By the way, let me explain what I was talking. Maybe you don't understand Swahili. But I want to sort and to tell you that don't blame and to say that I chased away my wife. Like how? How come? You know,
you can't ask us that question, Mapopo. Actually, you can have the answer to that question, whether you chased or not. For us, we saw in the street, we saw the wife saying she has been chased away or beaten. We don't know what we have to know. As long as you come on the street and say what you have to say, we pick it and try to inquire also. We are not even concluding. We are just asking. We are doing an analysis, like an operation in theater. We don't have to really know. You know, when the doctors are even operating on somebody after they have checked and they have said this part is wrong, they do that, and at the end of it, they establish the problem. So we are diagnosing. You tell us. Don't ask us questions.
that's what makes sense, because the first things I mean, you need to know, and you will need to mean that firstly, that like serious. I take my wife for long. I introduce my family to YouTube channel. I introduce my family to you. Most of our friends, they was abuse me. They say, oh, Mapopo, don't introduce your family on YouTube. Not good. When you introduce your family on YouTube, you know, subscribers, they come to approach your wife, you know, to talk to your wife bad, to talk to your wife, and maybe they can take even your wife, and they can... subscribers, they will take your wife like
subscriber. So is Madiba
like,
subscriber?
They take your wife to they take over your wife for talking bad things to you. The time they talk to me, all their friends they talk to me, I say what? Okay, in fact, I was never know that on YouTube. Actually, now I know YouTube.
Now this guy, this guy is very funny. Scam Marwa, how are you? I hope you're fine today. Today I've decided to do one live stream earlier before I can do another one in the evening. I'm so surprised that Mapopo actually yesterday actually was crying here, saying he was about to kill himself. Today his scam is smiling. So what I can see is a face of hypocrisy here. There is so much he's not saying. Hello. Yeah, there is so much he's not saying. And when you see somebody, and in fact a man, who keeps saying something and saying another and creating a narrative, there is something he's hiding. Something is hiding, because in the normal situation when men have a problem, even in marriage, they don't talk about it. They may talk once and keep quiet. But this guy has made a telenovela. He has made a telenovela over his marriage aspect, and he remained with the wife's phone. How many people can leave their phone behind unless they have been forced to? And he cannot convince us that she just left willingly. If she has been protecting her phone all through, for whatever reason, and I'm not saying that she's right, maybe she's wrong in whatever she was doing, but as I've said, there is always a reason. You know, most times, I don't know if he is saying that the wife began to cheat 2 years ago. And he himself is saying he's not an angel, but he's not telling us what part of Satan is he. You know, he should have come here told us that I've also cheated on my wife, but when she cheated, I felt the pain. So that we now understand that the pain comes from what he has done, and he never knew it hurt the wife. And now when the wife cheated, he knew that now backstabbing has started. How I wish he was just frank, because I normally watch paternity court cases, and you find a man saying the truth, the woman saying the truth. But here Mapopo is trying to sanitize himself and satanize the wife, you know, make the wife look like Satan, and he himself look like an angel. Even though he's telling people, I'm not an angel, I have also mistakes, but this woman... So he is only pointing a finger at the wife. And at the same time, in this video, he just proved that the children are what are important to him, not the wife. And I think there's a point whereby he said that if people feel like the wife is very beautiful and an angel, they should take him. They should take her. And you know, in his video, he's coming here and saying, why? My goodness. He's coming here and blaming YouTube. I'm like, can you close your YouTube channel then? Why are you blaming YouTube? YouTube is not a problem. YouTube is just like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. These are platforms that you can use for the good or for the bad. It's upon you to decide. Even you as Mapopo. Do you use it for the good? When you are fearing to expose your wife on YouTube because they'll take her away, what about you? When you're exposing yourself on YouTube, do people take you or not? Do you also interact with people you get into a relationship or not? Because the tendency we have seen in NYABOHANZE is that sometimes they get to court with these black Americans who are in Canada or UK or wherever. So they get to link with them as sexual partners and even offer nudes in private, members only parts. But for their wives, they'll be so scared because they know what they are doing. They know what they are doing, so they are scared. Their wives will also do the same. Or else, how do you fear having your woman running a same business that you are running and making money for the family? I don't see sense. I just don't see sense. You know? How will I be scared that my husband gets to YouTube or Facebook or TikTok if I am not a criminal? If I'm not a criminal on those channels, I wouldn't fear. Criminal, I'm using those platforms to do, some dirty stuff. That is why I would fear that if I expose my wife or my husband on them, they will also do what I'm doing. And why should you be pained when you are a criminal in this? Skamaro is saying he has a woman in Jamaica apparently who built the house. Yeah, he has never willed to have the wife joining him in that house. He doesn't want the wife joining him in that house because he knows possibly that woman who built him a house has promised him something or has given restrictions. I don't know. Yeah. So he is here claiming he's interested in taking care of the children. Maybe he wants to be a single father so that he can attract more donors. He can attract more donors. That is what I know about NYABOHANZE. People are greedy for donors in a way that they are ready to sacrifice their families and create vulnerable families so that they can get more money through whatever vulnerabilities they are carrying. And that is why he's here manipulating people, talking about killing himself. I'm like, why would you come to a platform to talk about KING on a YouTube channel? Are you sober even? Anyway, let's see more.
Before you ever know that YouTube is like this, now I see YouTube. How
Okay.
they come? Hey.
Don't mention Jesus Christ's names
This is
in
YouTube.
this.
Yeah. And behind YouTube also, the good things I want to know, I have no right now, I realize, the one things I realize, the big point, actually, when you are blessed, you have enemy.
You are your own enemy. What I believe is Mapopo is his own enemy. Why does he believe there are enemies around? These people in NYABOHANZE. You mean that when you build a better house, then you begin seeing enemies all over the place? I've never seen this. Actually, where I come from, I have uncles who have built very good houses. We also have tried to improve our house and all that. And I don't see, they don't look around and see as if they have enemies. We interact and all that. So I don't know. What is this problem in NYABOHANZE? When somebody improves, they begin saying that there are a lot of enemies, people want to kill them. Like they have some phobia out of mental problems or whatever, I don't know. Anyway, he came out to say something else here. Oh my God.
Has your soul been bruised by betrayal by somebody who was close to you? Ending a bad, broken, or
you know, is today that only maybe we have the complaining or the enda tu umwambie talking about material, blah 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 blah, about building, about construction, but he working there also. He working there. Who I did mistake is me who I chased away my family, not that. Why is me I searching my why coming that me I can search away my wife and I struggle to searching my wife where him wife because of the problems dramas like this. Okay, I don't go deep for that about maybe this man again to about into family whatever, you know, I can't go deep there about that. But can I imagine someone, you have a family, you are a father family, listen, you are a father family. And there is someone here, they don't want to marry. They don't want to marry. And they don't have even work. The work for them is drama. Shushu, umbea, umbea. Mdomo, mdomo. Talking too much. You know, they're taking a story here, they go to bring there, they abuse me. Can I come abuse me?
What are you doing? Are you not talking also? Are you not talking, Mapopo?
But even God knows what a password to my wife phone. To do this, she say, I'm not okay. What you'll do? The problem is the money.
So if money is a problem, give it away.
She don't want to make collaboration. She want to go there. Very sorry for saying this. She going there. She's ready, tired. She's ready, full stomach. She's ready, eating for everything. And she come back home. So she make dramas that she don't want me to disturbing her. Because you know what? She don't love me. But I was never know that I want to talk to me. Because yesterday, first off, I was feared that maybe where my kids is, where are my kids in this world, alright? So that no anybody. If you don't marry, you can talk if any you want. You can talk. But I'm telling you, in these 2 years, I lived here. After I be YouTubers, I struggle, my friend. Yeah. Yeah, she's beautiful. She's an angel. She don't talk, she's humble. She's a Christian, eh? She's a Christian. Okay. She's humble. Okay, no problem. Yeah, no problem. But the good things I see, the big point I was talking is about fake friend.
Yeah, so at this point, Mapopo said she's beautiful, she's hardworking, she's Christian, she's good, she doesn't talk. Come and take her. I remember. I may not be able to actually track the specific minute, but that is what he said in this video. And now I went to Chris Madiba's video. NYABOHANZE Telenova. So when I went to Madiba's video, this is what I saw. And I was like, are you answering? Are you responding to Mapopo, or what are you doing? Let's just check here. Where is this? So he was there singing for this woman. My goodness. Hey.
Because, you know, all the time my English sometimes is kona bad. Just understand your son's situation, okay? Yeah, but what I believe is that even if English is still kona, you really like my vibe, okay? So I created this video in this area. This place is called Local, okay? I see since I left here, this area looks so dirty, but I really like the fact how nowadays looks so clean. As you see, look at how this maze looks so nice. And I see even in English it's called Maraika, Indian. Go by the name Chris Madiba. This is the super voice of Face and the Kingdom. If you want to call me US Drunk, the entertainer, King of Vibes and others names. Okay? I wanna sing for you. Maraika.
Okay, whom are you singing for? You know that song in Kenya means my love, I love you, my love. If I had money, my love, I would marry you, my love. Okay? So I saw that song and I was like, are you responding to this guy, Mapopo? Mapopo has just said, if she is an angel, come and take her. And we come to Chris Madiba's video, released almost after some minutes, and he is singing this. I'm like, are you singing to Mapopo's wife, Neema? Anyway, let's listen.
Nakupenda malaika, malaika, nakupenda malaika. Yeah, so it's an our Swahili, but in English it's called malaika. Is like I don't know how I can say malaika in English.
It's an angel. Don't pretend you know.
My English sometimes is kona, but just understand your son's situation, okay?
He understands the sad situation of that person he's addressing. And he's trying to tell the person, I love you, Angel. I love you, Angel. If I had money, I would marry you. But what do? A son of a poor person? What do? I love you, my angel. Hey, vibes and rhythms in NYABOHANZE. So the guy actually was like responding to Neema, the wife of Mapopo. Regardless of how you are suffering, I love you, my angel. If I get money, I'll marry you, my angel. And leave this guy with the Jamaican woman so that we go and have our pleasure. Whether it's in Burundi or whether it's in Tanzania, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. Because Mapopo actually in his video has said, if you think she's an angel and she's beautiful and she's godly, then come for her. My goodness.
Yeah. And also, the fake friend, they're starting for long. Most of it. So, but there's something happened to me. Don't take it like easy. In these 2 years, since the time my wife started to date this man, until now, I think they was tired. Maybe there was one to say, now, he disturb us. Because the chat was, my wife, the money he asking my wife. So this stupid money where he is, and my wife is say, he's here, he's staying here. He want to go somewhere. So when he going, I will talk to you. I will be coming.
I will be coming.
And this just MADIBA say, oh, I miss you so much. I want to even her shoes. I don't have even her shoes. Listen, guys. Listen. There are some shoes she have from America.
Please, 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 stop using ChatGPT like Google. Disappear for a month and do this instead.
So,
like 10 pair. 10.
Now, who asked him to actually clarify how many pairs the wife has? Those are their problems. Whether she has 20 pairs of shoes, that is not our problem. Our problem is, can you stop spreading all this information here and sort your problem or have a solution to your marriage? If you want separation, it's your decision. Stop exposing so much about your wife here and protecting your name, because what you are doing, you are just ruining her image. But you are not trying to talk about yourself. You are not trying to tell us what is your wrong. Because if you are saying there is drama, there is no one-ended drama. Drama cannot happen when only one person is dramatic. We have to have 2 characters or 3 that are playing the script for it to be drama. And drama is born on conflict. Then when you are building drama, it will start with, a rising action. It comes to the peak, then the conflict, then we have a resolution. So what is the resolution, Mapopo? What is your resolution? Are you trying to say now Chris MADIBA can take her because you've said, according to him, she's an angel? And we have seen Chris MADIBA responding in a song saying, angel, angel, if I have money, I will come for you. I'm like, anyways, we can end this. All right, now let's get to Marwa. Marwa, yesterday after landing in Nairobi, I'm like, how did you travel all the way from Mombasa? I am waiting to see the jet, the red jet. So Marwa actually traveled back with Mitoto and Rosho to Nairobi. Then he goes to Jogoo Road. Jogoo Road, I've been on that road for so many years because there is a time I lived around Tasha and Pipeline around there. Then there is a time I lived at Komarok. So I have been on Jogoo Road for long. And Marwa has come out to say that Jogoo Road is the best in chairs. I'm like, are you very sure? Because for me, what I know, the best chairs come from this Huruma Road, when you are heading to Juja Road, around Dandora. Those are the places where chairs are, done very well. Because Jogoo Road, they do it, but I don't think they are the best. But anyway, that is what Marwa said, that if you want chairs, come to Jogoo Road. These are the places where best chairs are made. I'm like, okay, let me listen. Let me listen. And of course, he was pointing at some beds, possibly inspired by the beds he saw at Watamu, where he talked about now he's inspired to now work on the second baby. I was like, hey, calm down. Calm down. Will you be announcing every child you want to bear, or even start, creating that you are now ready for it? I was like, anyway, it is what it is. So Marwa came to this place on Jogoo Road, and he began to advertise so that possibly the prices can go down, because he's doing marketing for this company for free. So discounts should be generous, okay? A tactic of survival.
Guys, they call Nairobi the capital of Africa. I'm sure it feels like. I'm telling you, in 10 years, Nairobi will have a very different face. A very different face. Okay.
No, we need at least 4.
So, and guys, furnitures. And actually the best thing is to come and buy for yourself. As we are going, guys, we came to a place to find beds, and I'm telling you, we found real beds. Look at that. Now we want to buy at least one of the beds, so we can put deposit to show our commitment. Madam,
We have come to see real beds, places with real beds. I'm like, Migori, you showed us other beds. Aren't they real beds, or they were amateur beds? Were they amateur beds? Now here we have real beds. So Rosho and Marwa land here. And by the way, Jogoo Road has so many furniture outfits, and not just Jogoo Road. Komarok all the way, you come to the other road when you are going to Dandora. Let's say when you go join from from Jogoo Road, if you go join to Juja Road, we have a lot of places for furniture. Even when you're on Thika Road, all over the places people sell furniture, okay? So Marwa lands here and he says, these are the real beds. I'm like, you mean those at Migori were not real beds? You know, sometimes people got into inconveniences of traveling and actually having to transport goods that they can buy just near them. But anyway, it is their money. Is it their money or the donors' money? Okay, it is their team's money. Yeah, so Marwa comes here and tells us that there are real beds here and he wants one, but to show commitment, he's going to pay a deposit. And then later on, he says he doesn't have money because the prices of the beds are 100,000 Kenyan shillings. And when you add the stand stools, is it stand stools or something like that? The stand stools are 15,000 each. So he needs 130,000 Kenyan shillings for one bed. So he wanted one bed. And I was like, okay, of course, Louis and the wife are coming. Possibly in 1 month or 2, I don't know. So they can use one bed, is it? Or 2, I don't know. With their culture, I don't know. You know what happens in Ondari family is different from what happens in my family or any other family. It's not my business, but I have to talk about it because they have placed here on a YouTube channel, a public platform. Anyway.
which one would you choose between the two? This and this?
What is the difference? The difference is only color, right? This and this, the color.
Guys, we found a very good furniture in a place called Jogoo Road in Kenya. One of the best places to find your furnitures. And actually the best thing is to come and buy for yourself. As we were going home with...
Because he was scammed. You remember he was scammed some furniture that he was going to take to Brian's grandma's place. He sent money only for the people to keep calling and asking for more money. Anyway, a lesson learned. But why can't people learn also? Because he is actually asking too much from them and they don't learn. You know, I don't know why is it that sometimes after you deposited some money somewhere and you didn't see the value for it, you can keep depositing and depositing and depositing. I think if someone has to help me, just help me once. If it's a house I'm constructing, help me construct the house and that is it. Let me do the rest. Because why should I keep pressing you all the time? Like I'm pressuring you all the time. You have so many people to help. Kenya has a large population, a lot of people are suffering, and if people are willing to help, I don't know, if you are really a philanthropist, help me today, tomorrow help somebody else. But why should you keep helping me from a year up to the other? And so I have to keep producing projects. So then the current project is beds. The current project is beds, okay? And they said one bed, but Rosho came out and thought about you. Why are you joking? Donors are ready to give money and you're saying one bed. Do you remember the solar panels you were saying they are supposed to be 6 but we replaced 10? Donors have money. Please, your team is strong. And now she goes on and says we need 4 beds.
Decided to pass by here to see what
Anyway.
they have. And for me, I have really liked this bed. This is my favorite. I'll come to get at least 3 beds here. At least they look very nice. Hi, Arosio. Bed approved or not approved?
This one's approved. I like
Even this one.
like an African style as well.
Yes. This is for the villa. But you see, if we are buying, we can't buy one.
No, we need at least 4.
4 or 3.
Not 3, Marwa. Didn't you hear? We need 4. We need 4. In fact, 10. Did you say the visitors coming in 2026 will be 100? So we need even more, not just 4. All right? So Marwa says she needed 1. He will deposit to show the seriousness. Then Rosho says, no, we need at least 4. But I think in her mind, she's thinking we need even 10 because the visitors coming to the villa, currently we have Louis and the wife and the sister to Rosho. And of course, because the second baby is coming, one of the beds might be Maisha's. I don't know. But Maisha has a bed anyway. It will be a bed for the next child so that Maisha can relocate. It is what it is, guys.
So the owner says this goes to for 100.
Yeah.
100,000. Okay. 100,000. But we can talk.
Yeah, if we buy 4,
She will reduce. But she says she's selling the bed without the, how they call? Side beds.
Side beds, okay? Or stand sides.
Back to the cinema.
You have to sell the bed without side beds. And so the side beds are selling at 15,000. Okay, they are not bad beds. They are magnificent. All right? Scam Marwa, you didn't hear? I thought you listened to the video. Marwa said that he's ready for the second baby when they were in Watamu, and again he repeated the same when they were in Kilifi. And while in Watamu, he went to a certain place. I think it was more of a museum. Then he saw a demo bed for the Giriama people. Is it Giriama or the Swahili people? So what did Marwa say? He said that this bed has motivated me to even go for the second baby. When he arrived at Kilifi, while walking, taking a nature walk, Marwa again repeated, said that this nature walk is giving me feelings. At least now I'm ready to make the second baby. I wish I was given room to just do it here. No, she's not. Scam Marwa, she's not. She is not pregnant because the other day, you remember well, before she left the villa when she was moody, she did a video and she said that she has been in her cycle, and her cycle has shown her that as she goes through those different times she feels like she has lost a baby. You know, like she has gone through periods. So in that moment, she feels like she has lost a baby. I think you need to go check. You need to go check on that video when she was actually talking about the only shoulder she should lean on has disappointed her. Check that video, please. Also go to the video when Marwa did a video while they were at Watamu, and he created it as Africa what? He created that video, something like I'm in Africa, and in brackets Watamu, something. And he talked about that. Then when he reached at Kilifi, there is a video he did again. And he did talk about something like that. So they don't have a second baby yet, but maybe out after the adventure in Kilifi, maybe the baby is coming, and after wellness energizing, wellness energizing process. All right. So, of course, the 4 beds will be coming. At the end of the day, they calculated, they did the mathematics, they advertised. And
every 100 yeah, so it's 250,000. This is what, and it comes with a set.
Yeah, it's a
50,000. This is what I would love to get this one.
Oh, the donors. We would love to have this. So how about this for the villa? And of course, I know the donors and the team will be saying, yes, you deserve this queen. You deserve this king. The travel commander, you deserve this. And money will be shooting in, so the project will be complete. After that project is complete, of course, Marwa has promised that he wants to do a pool, almost like that which is in Watamu. Not Watamu, Kilifi. A pond, swimming pool, which is closer to the entrance. So they are going to possibly create a swimming pool just in front of the villa, so that when you step out of the pool, you step in the house. That is what he said the other day while in Kilifi. That was the project's number 2 after the beds. Oh my God.